Platinum Pool's message is getting bigger. We still wait for Kabam's response on the future of the game. And is there a slight problem with Corvus Glaive? Yes, hello everybody, welcome back to the channel and your Marvel Contest of Champions news for Wednesday. As a lot of you know, we're living a very weird time for Marvel Contest of Champions, with weird vibes are certainly being a thing. And largely we are awaiting a lot of the stuff when it comes to response from Kabam on matters such as alliance-based participation, answering a lot of questions about future content, and many other things that have been addressed over the past week. So fingers crossed either today or tomorrow, or maybe even Friday, that we actually get an answer to some of these massive things that are frustrating a lot of players on a daily basis. And until we get that answer, it's still business as normal for what I'm going to deliver on this channel, because today, obviously, Marvel Contest of Champions news, and then as well later on I'm going to be doing riffs for the very first time. Fingers crossed I see what I want to see on the first riff that I do, but you know how the game works, and I probably won't see that at all over the many riffs that I'm going to do. But you got to have hope, people! Hope! And speaking of hope, I hope you're having a lovely day. See, I transitioned that quite well. But I want to give massive thank yous. First of all, thank you to my current patrons, YouTube members, and Twitch subs. Now, do bear in mind, if you do have an Amazon Prime account, I want to give a free Twitch sub. It doesn't have to be to me, but it massively helps out myself as a creator, especially during these hard times. So, you know, if you do want to give a free Twitch sub and have an Amazon Prime account, then follow the on-screen instructions, and as well go to the links in the description down below. I regularly stream on Twitch, and as well, I do come back once a week to do some YouTube streaming on every Thursday. So if you do want to catch me, mostly on Twitch, 2-3 hour streams. Hopefully see you there. But as well, thank you to you, loyal viewer that comes back each and every day, and as well every Marvel Contest of Champions news, supporting with a like button, with obviously viewing the video, and as well getting involved with the comment section down below. Obviously I am about to chat to a few people after the video goes live, and as well make sure you got subscriptions with post notifications on. Oh, so a little bell icon. That'd be very helpful. Thank you. The next story centers around just, well, looking at this general feedback situation. Now, there's no update as of yet, and when do I expect it to come in? I don't know. At this given time, it's going to be a week tomorrow, or, you know, give or take, you know, Friday, but it's definitely coming up to a week since this has actually been a thing, and there's a lot of feedback to be put in, especially from where a lot of people would have come from Seaton's video to the forums to give feedback. And it's not limited to just the stuff mentioned in the video, with other people coming into the discussion with feedback on stuff that affects them as players. As well, looking at the free-to-play player options of where there's limitations. Also looking at, say, where players are at a high competitive level, and seeing limitations in further progression, gathering of resources, and things like that. If you've seen the Clobbering Time or heard the Clobbering Time podcast we did, there's a very different take of where one person would be in the community to where another person would be in the community. Either way, Kabam have got a lot to answer for, and obviously answer they will. Do bear in mind, the reason that I left this up here is because I am not trying to be suggestive anyway. You're entitled to your own opinion, as I've said in previous videos, and I'm sure a lot of players do know that, because they are coming together to the forums to actually speak about their own specific problems. I mean, you could be somebody that comes to the forums on a daily basis to antagonize other players. That's really a fun quality of life thing, isn't it? Next up, on Platinum Pool's message is getting larger. Yes, that is indeed the case, which now looks like this. Now, I have been asked to sing this in the Papa Roach style, so I'll give it a go for a good chunk of it. Break me into pieces, split myself into 5, put the pieces together, the puzzle's in your hand. There's also like an instrumental, like anyway, like I'm not going any further with this. Either way, rumors are aplenty as to what this all means. Obviously, we discussed that on Monday. And you can go to the link in the description to have a look at what people's thoughts are, and as well what this all could really mean. In other news, it looks like Kabam are doing a very special showcase for Marvel Entertainment. So Marvel Entertainment YouTube channel, if you're not familiar, showcase the Summoner Showdown. So it's a case I'll probably do something here is to give more of a look at Black Widow, Deadly Origin, and as well Red Guardian, which obviously should see a lot of new people come into the game, which I think we need because, well, some of the old ones are leaving. Now, if you did want to turn up to it, it will be on the Marvel Entertainment YouTube channel. Make sure to subscribe to it if you do want to make sure that you see it. I may post something about it. I may kind of like stream whilst it's going on just to see like what the crack is, but check it out if you want to. Okay, so now onto a slight Corvus Glaive bug issue, and it's been something obviously with a lot of stuff that's dropped over the last week that hasn't really taken center stage, so obviously I'm going to give this a little bit of center stage now. So Godsbot put something like, noticed today while fighting Beast in map 6, Corvus Glaive doing less damage on stunned armor break champ. Beast stunned plus armor break, medium does 2964 crits, light does 858 damage. Beast non-stunned plus armor break, medium does 3385, light does 979. Things to note, I remained above 50% health. Beast was not in assassin range. If you need a video, obviously there's something there. Something that I didn't realize is that physical resistance versus Corvus armor break is a known bug. Someone else posting, I have a different issue with the same fight. I was out of glaive charges but had Beast down to 8% health and I used Corvus Glaive's SP2 to try and finish it. The first two glaive hits landed but Beast blocked the third and wrecked me. How can it happen? I know he could block the whole special if I mistimed it, but part of it, obviously that's saying about the animation, saying that, you know, it's part of one particular animation type thing, as opposed to saying like, right, well, throwing two parts of it and he blocks one. So that's just to explain that. Now, Kabam Civic got involved with this to respond, saying the team has been made aware of this interaction with physical resistance and Corvus armor break, though we don't have an estimate for how long it will take to look into this this time. Would you be able to start another thread? Obviously, that's about the blocking the special attack from the two motions in thing that was reported. But it's still very weird and disappointing to see that this is, well, not even mentions a future thing to be addressed. Especially if you go to like the recently updated, well, I say recently, like this was last week, but it is recent enough to say that the bugs that are being resolved, which come in the next update, are something to do with Mr. Fantastic's heavy attack pausing all pre-fight debuffs, and then issue with Human Torch's familiar faces synergy to get the opponent to miss is too short. There's an issue with Science Doombot, sometimes applies debuffs to Ghost when she lands a critical hit. This is an issue. There's an issue with the Morningstar one with 6.26. I didn't know this was actually a thing. And the forum post is actually being closed, but if it's an ongoing bug, then and it's not in the known issues, then what's the deal with this? It's a very weird thing. Saying, hey there, we'll post new information when updates are available. As mentioned, if you have a separate issue to report, that will require a separate thread though. As I said, it's very unusual as well to kind of like see that if this is a bug and it's been there for a long time, why hasn't it been either kind of looked into as being in the known issues section? And what's been missed off? I think that's another question, isn't it? What's been missed off from that known issues and bugs section, as there should be a lot more in there that meets the eye, especially considering this Corvus one. But I guess it's not super extensive that players are overly getting frustrated, but it is frustrating obviously to not see that it's in the list of things to do. But it may be one of these things that when Kabam do like the changelog, you see a lot of kind of like bugs and improvements and stuff which champion specific, which not necessarily are going to be in the known issues. But still, it would be nice to find out what's actually being dealt with, especially because it saves time for Kabam to then go and re-answer further forum posts saying like, oh, why haven't you dealt with this? Have you dealt with this? So it would I think help people to go like refer to bugs and known issues and then close the thread, rather than just going, let's have a drawn out discussion then close the thread. I don't know, it's just very strange. Next up, and shout out to Tom for sending this through, very interesting. This is our next topic, and that is Cavalier crystals from objectives and as well getting uncollected as well. So let's explain this a little bit more and as well kind of go over some stuff which is kind of weird and odd. So if you go into game and you go into to daily and your daily objectives, and this is the thing, like I didn't take much notice of this since we started getting objective crystals, but it was when I was opening some crystals up and I was like, hang on a minute. So first and foremost, right, a Cavalier objective crystal, I'm Cavalier, of course. But then when you kind of like go down and you see there like zone clearing, it says tier 2 behind enemy lines, you get an uncollected crystal, which is really really weird. Now, even though Tom is asking a question to Kabam about like the rifts, obviously we're going to be focusing on is the point here saying with regards to uncollected and daily objective crystals, where you currently are a Cavalier holder, be advised that some of the solo objectives are not tied to story progression, so they will not award based on your current title. You may receive crystals that are lower than your currently unlocked title. This is a very weird situation, and I would welcome people that maybe are uncollected to put in the comments section, do you find yourself getting Conqueror versions in your objectives crystals? That would be very weird as well, but I just don't know. I feel that once you get Cavalier, it should be all Cavalier, shouldn't it? Except for obviously where we're up with the progression level and bringing stuff up. But let's face it, what significant gain am I going to get from exploiting extra amounts of one extra Cavalier crystal? And as well the same thing with like uncollected, like, oh, it's not so much of a dent, but it's just a weird principle to go like, right, well, here's all these Cavaliers, well, we're just going to put one uncollected in there. Why? Well, just make it all Cavalier, just make it. They always say, there's always this term in management saying keep it simple, stupid. They call it KISS. So I don't know why it can't be kept simple. But in any case, thoughts on that in the comment section down below. Now on to our final story, which is arena predictions. All my predictions are down below at the moment. I'm a bit unsure with this because I don't know where the state of affairs of the game are at the moment as to where's people's grind and attention and interest. So I'm going with 55 mil for Black Widow Deadly Origin, who is there. I got to be honest, I think I based it on the fact of like state of affairs of the game currently, and as well maybe the kind of well, she had relatively good feedback, but I don't think that it's a case a lot of players are going to go for it, especially to put her over 60 mil. So I'm going with a very strong stance at 55 mil. I could be completely wrong, and 60 mil may be what she goes for. But I think that that's going to be the case. 11.5 mil, I think maybe a little bit too high for her as a 4-star, with 10.5 being a return back. Could be like, you know, we're going down a little bit with the arena scores. And as well, when it comes to Elektra, I'm going with 1.55 mil. And as well, if you wanted the 3-star version of the Deadly Origin, I'd go for 1.5 mil, to be honest. There we have it. That has been Marvel Contest of Champions news for Wednesday. I've got the Rifts video to do later on today, so look out for that. That'll probably be dropping around about at dinner time, I think, 5 PM UK time, and then planning some videos for the weekend. And as well, see you in the stream later on. Check out some fresh content here, some other stuff here. See you in the next one. Bye bye for now.